So yesterday we were learning an interesting poem, Amanda. As you all remember, the poem was about a little girl, Amanda, who was constantly pointed out by her mother for obviously making mistake, according to her mother. Now you can see that the conversation or the instruction was from obviously a mother. Our poetess Robin Klein has beautifully expressed the girl's feelings in the poem about how she's controlled, instructed, scolded, intimidated by her mother for even the small things. You know, the poem strongly conveys a message to the children as well as their parents also that they should never be deprived of their freedom. Okay, they should not feel that for every small things they do, their parents constantly nag them. It's the responsibility of the parents to bring up their children in such a way that they understand their viewpoint instead of being frustrated. Children should never feel that if they are being instructed or maybe scolded according to you or according to the children, that an orphan has more freedom than them. And that is why you have seen that once she, in fact, she even wanted to be an orphan without knowing the problems an orphan faces in this big world. Fine, sometimes you feel that they are making lot of a set of instruction which is actually not required, but if parents are doing this, there is some reason they want you to grow up well, because only academic excellence or qualification is not appropriated enough for you, as well as you need to learn other life skills also. Maybe they are very small, like don't bite your nails. But if you will bite your nails in an interview, people will misjudge you. So they ask you to leave these bad habits as well as to sit properly, because if you are sitting in a classroom, there you need to, if you are in your office, there someday you will become a big officer and you have to take proper care of your subordinates, there your body posture, that will. So whatever instruction they are giving you, that is for your benefit. But children, they are unable to understand the motive behind this, and that is why they simply want a freedom in your life. As you all remember what happened, what Amanda was thinking, once again, very quickly, I will revise those lines and then we will move to the next part of poem. Okay, I'm sharing screen. I hope my voice is audible and screen visible. Raise your hand, children. Hopefully all well. Okay. So once again, we will just remind you what happened yesterday in the class. Now, as I told you that in the very first stanza, the mother is simply, she's saying, Amanda's mother is pointing out her mistakes and asking her, first of all, don't bite her, so not to bite her nails. Then she tells her not to bend her back and shoulders. She scolds her for walking in a very lazy manner or lazy way. Her head and shoulders are hanging down. And then she instructs her to sit straight. And you know, when Amanda listens all these things, she starts getting annoyed, frustrated. And then what did she do? She starts imagining herself to be in a deep green sea. She imagines how blissful, how fortunate, how nice, peaceful her life would be if she would be a sea god or mermaid having a fish tail instead of legs. Then she would have enjoyed the sea waves and moved along with the waves up and down in the water, very quietly, drifting blissfully, moving ahead blissfully, happily. Okay? Now, as you all say, in the second stanza, Amanda's mother, but Amanda's mother did not stop. As your mother, your father, they will never stop, है ना? मम्मी का डांटना बंद नहीं होगा और आपकी भी शैतानियां बंद नहीं होंगी. So this is a continuous process. Okay, for the time being, maybe you will get annoyed, or maybe mommy will stop saying to you something, but that will remain for a very limited period of time. Once again, mommy will remain mommy. So mother here also, she is inquiring in the second stanza, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Whether she has completed it or not. One more thing, that she wanted to give her some training, that she is asking her that whether she has cleaned her room or not. She is also reminding her to clean her shoes. Now, these are the simple instructions which the parents want to give their child, because they want them to be prepared. They want to have, it is very important for you to learn these skills, because they want you to be self-dependent. Now you are growing up, adolescence period, so how long you will keep on relying for all these things for anyone else? So definitely they want you to training भी जरूरी है ना. During this lockdown, अगर आपको household course नहीं आता है, those who are living alone, if they don't know how to cook food and everything is closed, सोचो ये जो skill था खाना बनाना, how helpful it was. Otherwise, what would have happened? So these are the basic things that the parents train you for all these things. Okay. Now at this moment, Amanda, what does she do? She started imagining again, visualizes. यहाँ पे वो visual imagery है. Her life as an orphan. She thinks that being an orphan is better than being a daughter or having a protective life. Why? Because she can freely roam in the street. She can has the freedom to peacefully draw designs on the soft dust. That means she can play with dust. Okay. So there is no one to say anything to an orphan. So she can have a silent, peaceful life full of freedom. Freedom is sweet. Silence is golden. That means she is so irritated with her mother. She's so irritated and annoyed that she feels that all the time her mother was advising her to clean this or to live like this. She was not knowing the importance of hygienic and healthy life. And instead of taking these instructions, in a sporting manner, what did she do? She started feeling that her mother is snatching freedom from her. That is why she starts imagining that the life of an orphan is better than hers. That is the only thing she starts thinking, that her life is not better. It is better than being an orphan. What a weird thought started coming to her mind. Now let's move to the next stanza. Okay. Don't eat the chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Now, other mother is saying, this is the common thing. Amanda mother is asking her not to eat chocolate, because obviously excessive, sweets, they are not good for health. Okay. Now she sees a girl, she has to take proper care of her, physique also. I'm not saying this is only important for girls, but as I told you that girls are instructed more often in the families. So here what she says, that she's asking her not to, eat excessive chocolate. And then one more thing, she reminds her of her pimples, acne, okay, that comes to Amanda face due to excessive chocolate. And then most important, ye line dances. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Now this is the habit of, children, that when you will talk to them, they will not listen to you. Why? Because they feel that they have been, it's a normal instruction and they did not want to respond to these things. I have seen children, even my kids are doing the same, even in school. Some arrogant students are like that only, that even if you keep on talking to them, but they will move away. Okay? They will turn their back. Turn their back means a gesture of annoyance. You want to, नहीं मम्मी बता रही है, instruction दे रही है, और आप क्या करते हो, गुस्से में पीछे मुड़ के चले जाते हो. And you don't even have the eye contact. वो गुस्सा, एक anger है. Okay. So since Amanda's mother is not allowing her to eat chocolate, because whenever she eats chocolates, she gets pimples, acne on her face. Now her mother then tells her to listen to her when she is speaking. That means mother wants Amanda to pay attention to her words and follow them. But Amanda once again she start imagining. So basically she wanted her to listen to her that, listen, what am I telling to you? Have an eye contact. But here again, Amanda thinks, you know what? I'm Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in a tower is a tranquil and rare. Okay, tranquil, calm, peaceful, and rare. Very straight. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. What does it mean? If you want to know the meaning of these lines, I have to tell you one story. I think most of you might have heard about it. A little girl, an imaginary fairy tale character, Rapunzel. Okay, now what had happened to her? Rapunzel was actually very, very pretty. Okay, and so because of her beauty, she was captured in a tower by a witch. Okay, the witch used to climb the tower with the help of Rapunzel's long hair. Rapunzel, she had a long hair. Okay, so that's why whenever basically Rapunzel was captured and she was so pretty, and because of her long hair, she was very famous in her area. Everybody was praising that she is the most, beautiful girl who had a long hair. Hmm? And that is why she always compare that she's comparing now which what that witch used to do, that witch used to climb the tower because that tower has no stairs. The tower has no stairs. So whenever she has to go there, she has to visit there. She asks Rapunzel to let her hair down, to let her hair fall. And then with the help of that hair rope, okay, she used to come to that tower. Now here she is comparing that and since she was all alone trapped in a tower, she was all alone trapped in a tower, so it was very easy. 1 minute. Okay, so I will tell you the story that
the meaning of
write it in the chat box. I will tell you. Okay. Now what happened? Rapunzel is actually it's a fairy tale, and tell you I will the story. It was between the love between a young prince and a girl with long blonde hair. That obviously that was so nice, so good, so beautiful that the entire people in that area what they were envious of her. Specifically, one witch, you know, that she was so much envious that what did she do? One day she captured her and she kept her in a tall tower. Why that tower has no stairs? Why? So that no one can be ever able to come and rescue her, to help her. But one day, the stories as it goes, one prince, he came for some hunting and poaching in that area. He heard somebody crying because Rapunzel was so lost, so lonely that she was feeling always, she always remembered her mother, her family, and she used to cry a lot. So that very day, what happened? That girl was crying, Rapunzel was crying in that long tower, and the prince, he heard her crying. He came there, but then he found that there was no stairs. Then what did Rapunzel do? Since she has a long hair, she gave her hair. Actually, she and that hair worked as a hair rope. And with that help, with that hair rope, the prince came to that tower, rescued her, and all well ends well. That is the story. Now, why she is comparing herself to this? Because when Rapunzel was captured and she was kept in that long, tall tower, there she was leading a peaceful life, although she was not knowing that that peace is not good. That is very scary, that peace. So she here feels that life in the tower was so peaceful, tranquil. Tranquil means calm, rare, very strange, very nice, unusual life. She thinks that she will be free and live in a peaceful atmosphere, in an environment in that tower. She also confirms to herself that she will never let her hair down to anyone so that nobody can come to that tower. Why she says so? I will certainly never let down my bright hair because I never wanted anyone to come and rescue me. Because I want to lead a peaceful life, I want to lead a happy life. That is the basic thing. She wants to live Rapunzel's life as she feels that she also requires to live a calm, tranquil, quiet life in a very peaceful and pleasant environment. And she will never allow she will never let her hair down to anyone so that no one can enter the tower and she can have a peaceful life for herself. That is her thing. Although she is not knowing that living in that peaceful tower is actually not nice and everybody wants to live in society. But at that time, when she is constantly instructed, intimidated by her mother, there she really want to lead a life where nobody could have entered. She could have her own breathing space and she will never have any problem. But mothers, they are mothers, they will not stop. Mother was also not knowing about the childish imagination and fantasy that her daughter was having. Sometimes I do feel when I go through this poem that parents should have no communication gap. So if they will talk to their, adolescent children, at least they will be able to know that what they want. Na? कभी-कभी वो जरूरी है. If a child is not happy with the present situation, then it is important for you. It is important for the parents that they should take initiative. If you are also not happy with your parents, then you should also go and start having a conversation with your parents so that what will happen? The gap will be filled. Now come to the last line because the poem ends with note. What type of that? This continuation, this kept set of instruction by her mother will keep on going on in her life. What did she say? Stop that sulking at once. Sulking means in a bad mood, udas hona. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Now, Amanda mother did not like the way she used to behave because it's an odd behavior. So what did she do? She asked her to stop being in bad mood. Stop. So don't be in a bad mood. Rather, she also blames her of having such an unstable mood. Your parents also. आपको आपका mood कभी खराब होगा तो parents will definitely why you are in a bad mood, why you are not talking nicely, why you are not behaving nicely. Okay, she is also being scolded by her mother that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. That when she says, anyone would think that I nagged at you, I'm troubling you. Nagging means harassing, troubling you. What does it mean? That Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on every small thing, but she can't react to this. If she reacts toward this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride, maybe, and that's why she is saying that if other people will look at you, they will always feel that why you are so sad. That means I'm always troubling you. No, if you will remain sad, definitely things will come to the mind of other people also, other family member, your neighbors, your friend, that as if you are being harassed by your parents or your mother. So in the last stanza, Amanda mother warns her to stop behaving in this odd manner. She also says that why you are becoming so moody, or why you are always in a bad mood. Because if anyone would notice this, then they will feel that her mother is troubling her, annoying her, harassing her, nagging her. So basically, the poet wants to convey that Amanda can't even react to what she feels about her mother. If she does so, her mother will take it against her sense, against her, this entire, and she will again scold her to behave properly as generally mothers or parents do when they feel that their children are not responding nicely. So Amanda mother's nature is here very dominating. As I told you, like intimidating, dominating. So that is being prescribed, that is being again instructed or written through these lines, that mother is having that feeling that my daughter She is why she is always annoyed, why she is not happy. अगर मम्मी को पता चलेगा ना that she is thinking, her imaginations are weird, like she want to be mermaid, यहाँ तक तो ठीक है, but she even want to be an orphan, then genuinely she will feel really very bad, because mothers are not saying these things because they want to annoy their children, because as I told you, they are they have some expectation, they want to train them, and that is why, again and again they will keep on instructing their children. They will. So basically this is the job of parents, this is the job of mother, especially mother, I'm saying, to correct behavior of their children, especially their daughters, because in our society, throughout the world, girls are instructed for all these silly things. Okay, and since this is the moment where children are lost in imagination, they are indulged in fantasies, generally at this stage of life. So it is very important to train them, to teach them how to, the mannerisms. This is very important to teach them these things. So even though a child is feeling that why my mommy is instructing me to sit properly or to eat this or not to eat this, but because since you are no longer a child, that is why parents, mother expects actually from their children that they should fulfill certain responsibilities, like not finishing homework also, taking cleaning their room also, cleaning shoes also, as well as basic things, that not eating excessive chocolate. So these are the things that we are expecting, these good behavior from children, especially from young women. So that is why the constant instruction is being given to her. So the tone of the poem, as I told you, is very interesting, because Amanda mother is always being authoritative, dominating, and on the other hand, Amanda is dreamy, childish, and she is so lost in fantasy. She is imagining things which is actually weird also. I think the message is clear through this poem, that if your parents are instructing you for these things, then please don't show your annoyance. Okay, and never have these weird feelings also, because whatever they are doing, they are for your benefit. They want to prepare you, train you for future life. Okay, now see the literary devices. See, the rhyme scheme is very clear. A, B, 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 A, C, C, C. Amanda, Amanda, you can see straight. Amanda, see me blissfully. Okay. A, B, A, and see me blissfully. C, C, C. Then we have metaphor. Use of word emerald, C for green color, of C being similar to color of emerald. Comparison. Repetition, use of word Amanda in order to emphasize. Okay, emphatic. Imagery is also there, drifting blissfully. I'm talking about first two paragraph. Alliteration is also there, stuck up slouching and sit up straight. Clear? Okay, and then we have imagery, creature, allusion, imagination. Now move to the next two paragraph. Anaphora, ये तो बताया था, repeated use of word at the start of two or more lines. जैसे first में तुम्हारा क्या है, anaphora, don't bite your nails, don't hunch your shoulders, so don't. Here also, did you finish your homework, did you tidy your room? So this is anaphora, A-N-A-P-H-O-R-A. Repeated use of word of the start of two or more lines. Did you, okay. Rhyme scheme is again A, फिर तुम्हारा सेम है A-A-B-A-C-C-C, वैसे सेम. Repetition, use of word Amanda is repeated. Metaphor, metaphor क्या है यहाँ? The silence is golden. Silence is compared to glorious looking gold color. And freedom is sweet. Freedom is also compared to be sweet in taste. Nice. So this is metaphor. Now come to next two paragraph. Don't eat chocolate. Again we have अच्छा इसमें तुम्हारा allusion है what imagery use of famous fairy tale character Rapunzel. Rhyme scheme is same. Okay. Repetition, use of word Amanda, that is also there. Clear? Alliteration you have, stop that sulking at once. S sound is repeated. Then we have repetition again, use of Amanda, Amanda, Amanda. And rhyme scheme is also A, B. Okay, Amanda, Amanda, you, Amanda. Clear? All the literary devices. I don't think that you have any problem now. The mood of the tone of poem is also very clear. What a mother wants from Amanda and how Amanda is imagining weird things. Mother wants to train her and Amanda did not like this constant instruction. Now, what are the questions you want to ask? Sulking, it is written in your book. That means you are not sitting with your book, Hare Ram. Bad mood. Sit with your book. Okay. And I'm explaining, all the words.